So I can have black and Korea.
Oh God, man, don't be so corny.
Shut up, I'll punch you.
You can't help it, can you? You can't help but be corny.
Yeah. All right. Oh my God, Kev, you look more gangster. I will say this, as the quarantine has progressed, you have started to look more gangster. Like almost we could be afraid of you. Almost.
Nobody's afraid of me, Meg.
That's true.
No, like if you're walking down the street, I was a Karen, I would clutch my purse. And then I heard you talking and I'd be like,
You were
never
Karen,
mind.
you would clutch your purse no matter what I was doing.
But before you look very like safe black.
Ah, there it is. Oh, no. Once we see it was netted, then it's kind of like, oh, he ain't really about that.
Right.
The netted hat takes all the credibility out of it. It just looks like you're walking to your tractor.
Who's the fifth person today?
Cleo Thomas.
Hey,
I like Cleo.
Cleo's cool peoples.
Waiting on them. I sent it over, so he'll be here soon. Know how you creatives are.
Never on time. Never want to stay on topic.
Separate yourself from us like you didn't create like 4 shows in the last 2 weeks.
I'm so proud of you, T.
But I'm a businessman first, so there's always time for
all
me.
you want to do is discount your creativity and saying it's business or saying it's out of necessity or saying it's just because you worked at All Def. It's just a way to make it seem like you're not creative, and I don't like it. Just own up to your creativeness. Right. You also write your own stand-up material. You ain't no joke thief. Like, why is it hard for you to say you're creative? What is it?
I'm not saying I'm not a creative. I'm just saying that everything is based in timeliness for me, and that's not normally the case with creatives.
What does that even mean?
Creatives don't respect time because they are always on a quest for perfection. So
I respect time.
Most times you do.
I'm always on time.
No, you're not.
Meg, I'm always on time. When am I ever late?
You're not always on time. You do be a little late, like me. I'd be a little late.
You've been hella late lately. Kevin, you got here at 1:01.
No, I got here before him.
Well, I was doing Pat's thing that was supposed to be an hour that was an hour and a half. And I had to go to the bathroom, and then I had to eat something real quick so I could be here. So considering, I don't want to hear it.
I don't like have an excuse.
You what?
I don't like your tone.
So here, shut up before I beat you up.
It wasn't convincing enough.
To hear shut up before I beat you up.
Almost, but now you're smizing a little bit at the end.
I beat the brakes off you.
Okay, but say it a little more with your forehead.
To hear shut up before I beat you up. Nah,
almost. But you're smizing at the end. It's weird.
I didn't believe the last one. I'm out of it. I can't connect with the motivation.
To hear shut up before I beat you up.
No, that was just terrible. But your eyebrows are believable.
See?
What are you eating, Meg?
A red, white, and blue Oreo.
Is the cream taste the same? It's just color different?
It's the same.
Is Oreo, are they having trouble? They have so many different types now.
No, they're just diversifying, I guess. I don't know.
You know why it didn't come through as authentic, Kev? Because you don't have to yell. Everybody thinks you have to yell to be tough.
So here, shut up before I beat you up.
That ain't it. That ain't it either. That ain't it.
No.
You got to be like, shut up before I beat your ass.
But you said a curse word. Don't say a cuss word.
Without cussing, it's everything's less.
Shut up before I beat you up.
Nah, that ain't it either.
Meg, I just don't buy you fighting at all. Even less than I buy
been in a fight.
Meg looks like she fights like this. She'd be like,
it's how my sister used to do. And all she would never punch. She would just push it. She would just pull the punch back further.
She about to punch herself in the back of the head. Get out my face. My head but you from me punching my head. Get out my face.
Yo, that was my sister through and through.
I have a real punch. I'm actually a boxer, so I know how to fight. Like a for real fight.
Sosa was supposed to teach me how to box, and then his car got stolen, and then that was it.
What car got stolen?
I don't know, the Sosa Mobile.
Like recently? This happened recently?
This happened like 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
He got all his boxing gear got stolen. Then I was like,
Dang.
who cares then?
What you talking?
What you talking?
I had no idea.
Where are these? There's always the light-skinned people that be so late. Ugh.
It knocks you down. Go back up and it knocks you down. Knocks you down.
What did you say Pat was doing? He had a show?
He working on some show for Caffeine. Are you familiar with that brand?
No. Is that the one that you and Tony are going up against each other?
Yeah.
Wait, what is it that y'all are doing against each other?
Playing
Dad
Street
jokes?
Fighter.
They're what? Oh, playing
Playing
Street
Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
Are you going to be Chun-Li?
No.
Are you going to be the other girl? It's okay if you are. I choose the girls all the time.
Sometimes love knocks you down. Yeah.
I don't know why it's not going through the Clio. I'm trying to check spam. Oh, there he is.
Who is that, Cleo?
Yep.
There we go.
Mr. Slick Living.
What it do?
Mr. Slick Living Late. How about that?
Nah, man. Hey, when the emails don't come through, I can't control that, Meg. I don't run Google.
Well, next time, pay your email bill. And it'll come through.
Sometimes love.
That's not an email bill, but I get what you're saying.
Pay your email bill.
Hey, tonight.
What's your curl pattern, Cleo?
Curl pattern?
Yeah.
Whichever one Doja Cat didn't accept.
Nah, boo. You like a 3C.
There you go.
Doja does all when she performs, she taps into all her blackness. When she was in that racist chat room showing feet, she rejected all her blackness.
Why did she get a nomination at BET? They should have canceled it.
She had a good year outside of the racist chat rooms.
How did she get a nomination over Rhapsody?
I don't listen. I'm gonna tell you, BET. We want them to be everything. They're not gonna nominate an album that is so like. I hate to use the word conscious, but here's how I frame it.
But Sorry, go ahead. I just have a strong rebuttal for that after you finish.
Go ahead.
They nominated Kendrick. They nominated J. Cole. How can you say that?
It's different for men. It's different for men. When it's women, if you are marketed as sexy, they're gonna push that before they push anything else. Kendrick don't be twerking. Neither does J. Cole. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, maybe that's true. Yeah.
Did Rhapsody's album chart at all? Was there anything on the charts?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Rhapsody's album was a better lyrical piece of work, lyrical body of work.
Respect it.
Rhapsody said the majority of her fan base is male, actually.
Hard.
She got bars, bro.
She got bars. I agree. I really enjoyed it.
Damn.
Kids don't even be liking rap like that.
Shut up.
Don't.
Yes, I do. No.
Stop lying.
Yes, I do.
I just don't listen to all the rap. I be listening to other stuff too. I just don't be like, oh, this guy and MF Doom have a new project, and this person.
Underground rap is just a different thing. You got to be so into it. Like, really, it has to just evolve your entire being. Like,
Yeah, maybe I split my music up, so I don't go as deep into rap because I'm listening to like Yeba's new single and PJ Morton. I don't know. And I feel like Tahir loves music more, so he just listens to more music than the average person.
I don't listen to a lot of the new stuff though. Like I don't like a lot of the new artists. They just don't. Everybody sounds the same. Like the Baby was the first person that I heard her in a while that kind of had a different sound and cadence. But
you don't think he sounds the same? Not the same as other rap. Well, I get. Oh, you mean like the same? He doesn't sound the same as other people.
Yeah, his cadence is different. Like his flow is different. The content isn't much different. Everybody's talking about the same thing: smashing chicks, getting money, effing your broad, getting money, killing anybody that run up on them, smashing chicks, getting money. It's basically the same thing all across the board. There are very few rappers that like challenge that. And the ones that do challenge it are the ones that are underground, that you don't hear a lot about, like Deontay Hitchcock and Katori Walker. Everybody else is kind of like, smashing chicks, getting money, killing niggas. It's because you basically can tell by the title what it's about. Oh, he gonna be smashing a lot of chicks in this song. BDE, big dick energy. Oh yeah, he fucking everybody's girl. I was on Twitter and the chick was like, "Oh, he coming with that big dick energy." I was like, "Man, I'm it's a video. It's a video."
What if they were like sexually suggestive names for the songs, but then they were all about like, we need to unite as Black people?
That was a horrible example. Like I thought
I'm just saying, just
you gonna give an example of the title, like the sexually suggestive title, and then
BDE.
Big diplomatic energy.
No, what if it was really what BDE stood for, and then it was like power to the people, we need to stand up and fight. You're like, wait, what?
Big boom boom energy.
Jesus.
Big clit energy for the chicks.
Big clit
energy.
See, there should be a rapper named Big Clit.
Like Big Clit.
There is. There's a girl who's like really like she has a shaved head. She has tattoos on her fucking eyebrows. Her rap name is Clitoris Maximus.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Clitoris Maximus. I
What
found
does
her.
I'm about to look it up, but I don't. My computer gonna find something else.
Yeah, man.
And then you gonna have to explain that to Melissa. Kev.
I'm tired of this. Melissa beats me up, runs my marriage, running joke.
Your Wi-Fi tried to disconnect right now because they didn't want you to get in trouble.
Right.
Oh man.
Sometimes love turns around.
Man, we shot this commercial with Kev. It took so long to get the first shot completed.
To hear, bro. I'm gonna tell you every time it's like that. Actually, almost every time on set, it's like that. And then after lunch, people are like, okay, we're never going to make our day if we don't pick up the pace. But that first setup, they don't care about nothing. Let's try this. Let's get one more for sake. Let's punch in. Let's use a single. Like, bro, you can't use all these shots. It's impossible.
It's impossible, especially for a 30-second spot.
30 seconds. You got a line. You got a single, dirty over the shoulder. You can't use all that in 12. Like the whole commercial is 30 seconds, which means this section is like 6 seconds.
Cleo,
Which is why
they put me in the scene, right? They put me in the scene.
Okay.
Like, all right, let's make it dirty. Let's shoot over his shoulder, right? And then they had Tony giving me a 5, right? It's like, you know what? Let's nix the 5, right? And then they was like, you know what? Let's just nix the shoulder too, but just have him there. You know what? Let's get to here out of here too. Let's get to here out of here. All in a matter of like 5 minutes. Like that's what it is on set. Like it'd be so many directions. You'd be like, what? Like they set us in one room to wait to get makeup and wardrobe, and then somebody else came in and was like, y'all can't be in here. This is for the client. Y'all gotta get out of here. I was like, we're told to say, I ain't got nothing to do with that. All I can tell you is that you ain't supposed to be in here. I was like, okay, so we go out, we go to the front, and they was like, what are y'all doing out here? Go back to the room. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
That's the first
I heard they don't pay you to act, they pay you to wait.
That's what it is on set. It's a hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait.
That's an ongoing thing all across every set in America. The whole thing is hurry up and wait. That's why I like being on sets, like movie sets, because I ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm in my trailer. I ain't got to do nothing. It's air conditioned. I got my speaker with me. I'm chilling until they come get me, and the running takes me to set. Other than that, just
and you never realized, man, when I first started, they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to flip the world. And I was like, oh, that should take like, 10 minutes. Bro, on the Little Rascal set, it would take them like an hour sometimes to relight.
Yeah.
Bro, them lighting setups are it takes a long time, bro. You just be sitting there. That's why the actors, a lot of times, they don't even memorize the whole script. They just go by what they're about to work on tomorrow.
Man, listen, you walk into your trailer, you got your sides right there. You're going by that. And then sometimes that can change on you. Sometimes, like, you know what, we're not doing this scene, we're going to do this scene. Or they're going to just take take the last 2 scenes out of those sides that day. But these guys be on set chilling. They got their coffee. They got their umbrellas that they shooting outside, bro. They be getting pampered.
They did that to me, and it was the one of the commercials I shot. They had a person, a PA assigned to me to be my umbrella holder. I was like, fam, please.
Yep.
Let me hold my umbrella. And the person was like, no, bro, because if I don't hold your umbrella, then they're going to be mad at me for not doing my job.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like, bro, I don't even need the umbrella, period. It's not that we just walking like 20 paces. Like, I don't need it.
It don't
They're
matter.
not trying to hear it, though.
No.
My first time on Insecure, on the first episode that I shot, I had a personal running just to go get anything. So I had them get coffee, then grab me breakfast and all of that. And I was like, you got to give me anything? She was like, yeah, basically anything you need. I was like, I need a Surge soda. Find it.
Why would you do that? Wwhy would you do that?
Mean to hear. Mean.
I never feel, I'm going to tell you, I don't want to get used to that. So I never even do that stuff. I always prepare myself for if I fall off. I don't want to be the more stuff you're used to like that, the harder the fall off is gonna be.
Facts.
She had to go to a Burger King. And it was no.
Wait, this is real? I thought you were joking. To hear.
So that's mean to hear.
Why did you do that?
Do it for real. She came back and told me, she was like, I had to Uber to 2 different Burger Kings to find the Surge.
Cleo, you never did people like that, did you?
No, the only time I've ever done something like that was I was shooting Dirty. It was this film. It was Cuba Gooding Jr., Clifton Collins Jr., Wyclef Jean, Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas. It was about dirty cops in the city of Los Angeles. And every day I had an early call time for like 2 weeks. So they didn't have the craft service set up at that time. So I had to just order food from wherever. So like, what do you want in the morning? I said, can I have a McGriddle? And they're like, just one? And I was like, nah, like 5. I said it as a joke. Every day for 2 weeks, 5 sausage and cheese McGriddles were in a bag in my trailer every morning. And I never like told them like, yo, don't order 5. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take the 5.
Did you really eat 5 every day?
Oh, you see how skinny I am? I ate like 1.5. Kev. I was eating them throughout the day.
McGriddle is low-key the worst thing McDonald's has ever done.
The what?
The McGriddle is low-key the worst thing McDonald's has ever done.
The worst?
I hate McGriddle. It tastes like it was created in a scientific experiment.
Why could it taste so good?
I do not like the McGriddle. I didn't know you felt that strongly about it, Meg or Cleo.
We all like it. What is wrong with
Everybody
you?
likes the McGriddle. It's one of the most famed items at McDonald's.
I don't know about that.
It is. It's one of their most popular items.
That's why it's always yes, it's always on the always menu, the always breakfast menu. The McGriddle is one of the top things on there.
Bro, the burritos is on there too.
Yeah, that's what people that can't afford the McGriddle. You get the burrito. You get the 2-for-1 burrito.
The fact
the McGriddle is the only thing my wife eats, just plain.
The syrup is in the actual like buns of it. Like I only get the sausage and cheese. I don't like the egg, so I always remove the egg out of McDonald's.
Yeah, she doesn't get the egg or the cheese.
I do.
McDonald's eggs,
terrible.
You don't like the folded egg or the other egg, the McMuffin egg?
Mm-mm.
They're like made out of powder.
You like neither?
Neither.
You know that like at places like IHOP and Denny's, you have to sometimes specifically ask for real eggs. Otherwise, they'll give you like that batter of eggs. So you like, yo, can I get my omelet with real eggs, or can I get my scrambled eggs with real eggs? And they'll be like, oh, okay, cool, and they'll take it like that. Otherwise, you're gonna.
That's why I order my eggs over medium or over easy, because you can't use the carton to do that. Mm-hmm. If you don't specify, they pouring them eggs out of the carton, bro. Yuck.
Oh yeah.
That's why I don't like hotel eggs.
Yeah.
The hotel eggs be just. It's like they never cook them hard. They don't cook them long enough. They're always wet.
And then they always have that green thing on the bottom of it because it's like on the burner.
Oh yeah.
Green thing.
Like sometimes there's like a greenish color to like a piece of the egg. It's because of how they sit on that burner. So the fact that they're like the egg beaters and then there's a little bit of green on it.
Egg beaters.
Egg beaters is a terrible product name, by the way.
It really is. Like, who was the person like, Egby? That's exactly what we're going to roll out. The brand new 2000.
A terrible product.
The Marriott emailed me and was like, we're back open. Things are going to be changed, though. No breakfast, no buffet, no gym. I was like, bro, y'all need to lower these prices then. Y'all taking out all the stuff. Y'all, the price was still the same. Y'all don't even have the amenities. I need the price to reflect the amenities.
Clear charged me $202 for my yearly subscription, like I'm not an Amex holder and a Sky Miles member. I called them today and gave them every piece of my mind. They gave me 6 months for free, and then they gave it to me at a prorated amount. I was like,
oh, did they?
Oh,
Nice.
I was flipping out on Peter. No disrespect, Peter, but you just the person that answers the phone. You had to catch that round, man. I didn't curse not once, but I use a lot of strong words, man.
Did you stumble over them?
No. When I'm upset, I'm pretty good with it. I'm pretty good.
I have a hard time being on the phone with people trying to get the end goal of what I need. If something messed up, I'm like, look, I just need this happen. And they want details about what happened. At that point, I don't care. I'm the customer. Just get me right.
There's nothing worse than being mad and then getting transferred to another person.
And having to explain it.
Oh, my
God, Patrick. Thank you for finally.
Oh, Patrick's just been feeling his little creative self. I have this. I have that. My bad, guys.
Wait. You want to know why I'm late, though? You want to know why I'm late? Because I had a tech rehearsal with Tony and Kev, and they were just so bored and on their phones that I had to stay after for an hour and hear them give me director tips on how to get my talent interested and all this BS. Because
why would I be interested in the tech rehearsal?
You guys gave me nothing. We were like, hey, can you pick up the controller and do something? And they were like, do they even want to be in the show?
Did they really say that?
Kev, you're a diva.
I just don't know why I'm at a tech rehearsal. I didn't know I was supposed to be going 100%. I thought it was just to make sure they got the stuff.
You're a diva, Kevin.
No, I'm not, Megan. I didn't know they were wanting me to be like, hey, guys, this is how I feel about it. I'm so excited to be here.
When's the last time you played a video
game? You're doing it for the Lord, Kevin.
Hey, Cleo, I play this almost every day. This is my heart and joy.
Okay.
Listen, y'all heard.
I play FIFA only. Actually, yesterday, sometimes I play Smash Bros with my son or Mario Brothers, but mostly FIFA. It's great.
Y'all heard Kev say he's not a diva. Kev, how often before the world ended did you take car service?
Oh my God!
You're a diva, Kev. Just accept it.
How often?
I just took it to the.
We're not talking about Uber and Lyft. We're talking professional car service, Kev. How often did you take car service?
I just took it to the airport and home and on date nights.
And JK News and other things like that when you were filming?
I did that like 4 times. I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that before Corona.
Kevin, how often do you cook? Not Melissa. How often do you cook?
That's not. I just don't like cooking.
Versus how often you order out Postmates and you don't even go pick up your food. You have it delivered to you, right?
From different locations for one meal.
What's the first topic?
How often did you pay somebody to bring your bags to the room, Kevin, when we were on tour?
I never did that.
You paid the bellman and you paid me.
I did not pay the bellman to bring my bags to the room.
Why your voice so high?
That's why he had.
I'm flabbergasted at the accusation.
How many times have you made Tahir drive on your tour when he was talent as well?
Tahir asked to drive because he doesn't like the way I drive. He doesn't. Tahir likes to drive. I don't mind driving. Tahir hates when I drive.
You don't like.
Everybody hates when Kev drives.
Because I'm not a great driver. Everybody knows this. Tahir likes driving, but Tahir, tell her I'll be driving.
He don't be driving.
Mm-hmm.
Keep lying.
Who started the baggage claim ball up thing?
Tahir, stupid idiot, started that, and he's dumb. And I just found one in my backpack like last week.
I love that.
He's putting it in parts of my bag that I don't use.
I love that.
Wait, Pat, this is a new side of your. We don't ever get to see this part of your.
And also, Pat's a liar because it is messy behind you, and you're like, yeah, this is
just to say it wasn't.
Oh, I have it.
It isn't. Well, I just got back from out of town, so obviously
there's always a reason.
It was like that before you left. It's
It's
why were you
unorganized.
in
It's not
anyway?
messy. It's unorganized, not messy. What is that?
That's the same thing, Pat.
Are those
Why were you in
spare
Vegas?
ones to do later?
Oh
To
yeah.
here?
You
What are
keep
those?
them in a whole bag.
Those are mustard packets.
This is a third bag. This is the least amount that I have in 3 out of 3 bags.
What is that? Mustard?
Nah, baggage
No,
tag.
those are baggage tags.
For what?
So he can prank people.
So he can put them in your bag when you're on tour with him.
I love it.
And what happens?
You're just
That
It just
irritated.
annoys the
One
person
day
who
when you're
finds
not
it.
It's annoying and aggravating to them. Because they're like,
It's such a small, annoying thing, even to hear like love. It's just mildly inconvenient.
I don't
and
get it.
therefore
Like
to
trash?
hear really,
Yeah.
Huh?
It's
It's
just trash
trash.
to throw away.
it's
Yeah.
just the baggage tags. It's just a small piece of trash, but he takes it and folds it up and he hides it in your bag or your merch bag or your shoe or your
Dang.
freaking glasses case.
Dang, dang.
stupid.
Hey, your
It's so
pranks suck.
No, they're not. Yeah,
You know what's crazy about it, Pat? It's a really annoying prank because he does it so consistently and it's always just mildly inconvenient. It's just like, bro, stop doing that. It's eventually like, you know, your little brother's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not even touching you. It's the adult version of that I just want.
There is no adult version of that.
It's these stupid baggage tags.
They'll go in their bag looking for something. It's always inconvenient because they're always looking for something else when they find it. So they'll be in their bag like, where are my AirPods? And they'll find like 3 of them.
I remember when I got LASIK, I went to go in my bag. I had a backup glasses case in case I lost my contacts and I was on the road. I had LASIK for like a year by then. I went to throw the glasses away, and it's a freaking baggage tag from like 8 months ago. And I was like, to here, we weren't even on tour. I was just like, bro, when did he had done that on the first tour? Like he literally, it had been in there for over a year.
I love that.
I would go in their suitcases and put them on the inside of their pants pockets. So they're putting everything in their pockets. The tag is already there.
These are horrible pranks. These are all bad. That's really dumb. That's like finding a paperclip in your backpack and just like, to here.
If you find it consistent enough, you already have it.
It's like doing that every day though for 2 years.
I'm proud of myself for that. All right, well, this is a great place to kick off the show. We're going to jump right into the first topic right after this.
What's up, guys? It's to hear more and listen. Whether you're working from home or working out at home, when you want to hear your music, you want to hear your music, not what your roommate or your family members are listening to, whatever's on the TV. You want to hear what you want to hear in that moment. And that's why you guys need to check out the E25 Everyday Earbuds from Raycon. Now, most of you guys already know that Raycon earbuds start at about half the price than the luxurious premium brands that are on the market. But what you may not know is that they sound just as good as the premier top lines on the market. And their newest model, the Everyday E25, is their best one yet. These bad boys come with 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing. I'm talking about you open this bad boy, launch your phone, connect it. Oh yeah. More bass and a new compact design that gives you a nice noise isolating fit. Raycon's earbuds are perfect for listening to your favorite playlist, hopping on a conference call, or binging your favorite podcast. Wink, wink. Did y'all see the wink? Yeah, get out of here. Raycon's earbuds are both stylish and discreet. So if you're taking a conference call, you don't have to worry about those bulky wires hanging all out the side of your head. You look like a robot. You look like a machine, and it's just tacky. Now, you guys have heard me talk about the company and how it was co-founded by Ray J and how artists like Cardi B and Snoop Dogg and Brandy are obsessed with Raycons. But listen, try them out for yourself. Now is the time to check out the latest and the greatest that Raycon has to offer. All you have to do is head over to buyraycon.com/squad and you will get 15% off your order. That's right, 15% off today. All you got to do is head on over to buyraycon. That's RAYCON.com/squad, SQUADD, and get 15% off your order today. And you can get your own pair. You can be like your boy. Holla at me.
First topic of the day we have, which is worse, being stranded in the ocean versus stranded in the desert?
Ugh, easy.
You know how Pat feels about water.
Easy.
Pat's afraid of water on video games. I was like, okay, Pat, this has gone like a little bit too far. This ain't even
Wait,
real.
you don't like water?
I hate water. The ocean, lake, ponds.
Showers?
No, I don't hate the element. I think the element is great, but I'm just saying, like, it's scary as hell when big bodies, small bodies, medium bodies. It's just if there's water that stuff lives in, I'm not getting it.
Wait, did you like almost drown or something?
I had multiple scarring experiences. I went to a summer camp and swam through a murky lake and then saw an alligator walk out of it. I went to Hawaii and swam at a beach. And then when I got back to the hotel, there was a helicopter following a giant shark on that same beach. I went snorkeling and saw an eel come out of a coral, but it was like literally like right at well, he didn't get that close to me, but you know how ugly eels are in the face?
The ugly factor was more important than how close it was.
It swam out of a rock and then just, turned and did its own eel thing. But I was just like, oh, and I won't do it. I won't do it.
So you never got attacked. You were just...
And never almost drowned in anything.
He has post-traumatic sea disorder.
Almost. I almost got attacked. That's
when? None of these stories.
If I was in the same water as a shark or a crocodile, I could have almost got attacked.
That's like anywhere.
You could have almost gotten an accident just because you drove by an accident. Doesn't mean that accident was meant for you. You still drive.
No, but if you see an accident in a lane over, you're like, damn, I was kind of nearby.
Yeah.
Does that mean you stopped driving?
If I didn't have to drive, yeah. If the only thing I could get out of driving was a car accident, then yeah, I'd stop driving.
That's a fair point. You have to drive. You don't have to go into the ocean.
Ever.
Listen, Pat puts up this persona, but like he be on yachts. They made a whole video where he's like on this yacht chilling, showing off the deck.
Yeah, but that's on top of the ocean. That's not the thing.
He's still in the ocean though. He's still in the water.
The thing about yachts is it's not really, you're not in the ocean. That yacht's in the ocean.
You're an extension of the yacht, so you're still in the ocean too. It's not like you just.
I made sure we didn't go too far out.
No, I disagree with that here because when you're on a cruise, you feel like you're in a big floating hotel. You don't really feel like you're actually in the ocean, as opposed to like when you're on a jet ski, you're like, okay, one false move and I'm actually in the ocean. And it's a very different feeling.
But okay, if you're in the middle of the ocean as opposed to stranded in the middle of a desert, like, you know how far you gotta, have you not seen those movies where now you have a mirage because you're going crazy because it ain't no water?
Okay, but here, go ahead, Pat, go ahead.
When you're walking in the desert, there's 0% chance of a monster coming out of the sand and eating you. You're gonna die of starvation, maybe a rattlesnake bite, heat. But
rattlesnake, yes, rattlesnake. There's so many snakes out there.
Yeah, but a shark can bite your arm off.
Okay, and a coyote can bite your leg off.
A snake can bite you and your leg fall off.
Hey, Tom, it looks like he said a spank, which is something he uses to shape his underbody. But I think he meant to say a snake. Anyway, back to you.
My underbody.
And the thing about the desert is every animal in a desert also hates the desert. Like if you actually watch any documentary about deserts, it'd be like the snake hates the heat. So, and he's like under like this little rock trying to find shade. Like no one wants to be there. Lizards are miserable. Snakes are miserable. Camels are like spitting. They're like, what the hell is, like no one out there wants to be out there where sharks.
That's a great point, bro. That is a fantastic point.
I hate that.
Spit you out, be like, nah, he was gross. And then
also the ocean is cold.
No, the Pacific Ocean is cold.
Meg, so when them people
the
be
Atlantic
dying,
is not cold. The Indian is not cold.
If you stay in there all night, you finna be dead, ain't you?
No,
the desert gets cold too at night, though, Kev. You're not making good points at all. The desert drops.
The desert does not get as cold as the ocean water.
Kev, it depends on what ocean. If you're talking about Pacific,
how many people die from hypothermia at night in a desert versus hypothermia in the water of an ocean?
I don't know. They died. Nobody was there to see.
Here, you are going to die from hypothermia in an ocean a lot faster than you're going to die from hypothermia in a desert. Of course, it gets cold. It gets cold at night in Vegas.
You'll die from heat stroke a lot faster than you'll die from hypothermia because it's so much easier to warm yourself up.
Now you're making a point that the desert is hot. You were just making a point that it's cold, and you weren't losing that point. So you're like, but it's also hot, though.
It is.
I think that you would be on a raft or something if you were in the middle of the ocean, though.
Right?
I think you would just be like,
just
like floating. I figured that you would be able to maintain a certain like sense
How
of
is this
driving.
even an argument with you guys?
Because no raft,
How
you're
is
not
this? I
gonna
don't
survive an
understand.
hour. Like you're done. You're gonna get tired, kicking, trying to stay your head above the water. You're done.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, you can die of high dehydration if you out there on the water. That's the stupidest death ever. You die because you thirsty and you in nothing but water that your dumb ass can't drink because of your body.
What if you
Hey,
were?
why I gotta be dumb because the water is not drinkable?
That
Because
is
you
a
need
really
water.
ironic way to die from dehydration in the middle of the ocean, though.
That's like a fish drowning. It's like you
How long does
idiot.
it take you to? How long does it take you to die of dehydration after drinking salt water?
You ever woke up in the middle
Doesn't
of the
salt
night?
water speed it up? Speed up the dehydration process?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how long does that take though? Because I know you.
Oof. You ever left the house on a hot day with no chapstick? And you just surviving on licking your lips and it gets worse and worse and worse? It's got to be like that times 50.
It has to be like that. That was a great analogy.
You just like...
It
Bad
seems
breath.
like that will help, and it doesn't. It just makes matters worse.
But you get to swim.
What?
Swimming is
Anyone
exhausting.
that likes to swim.
That's why a lot of people be dying too. When they be capsized, they be dying of exhaustion, just trying to keep your head above water. You're not going to die like that in the desert from exhaustion as far as exertion of energy. You'll die from heat exhaustion, but not
Which is
exhaustion
what,
from
you know how
swimming.
quickly you can get exhausted from the heat? Like 30 minutes. And
no,
you
You
could
can die from
die.
hypothermia in 30 minutes, depending on how cold the water is.
At least you chilling and dying. When you in water, you going like this the entire time.
No, you lay on your back and float. Y'all don't know how to float.
Hey, you ain't never been in the middle of the ocean at night and it's freaking pitch black and you can't see where the world ends and the water's black and the sky's black and you know if you freaking fell in there, nobody would even know where you are. That is the worst. The ocean is terrifying at night
I
and in
would
the
start
day.
hitting myself with debris.
Okay, so again, I would just float at the top because I know how to swim, and it is not that hard. Now, if you're in like calmer water, then like oceans like in the
Where's that at? It's the ocean. Ain't no
but
calm water.
Wait a minute, because y'all are thinking of Pacific. There's a lot more waves in the Pacific. I'm thinking more Atlantic, more Indian Ocean over there because it's warmer.
You don't get to choose where you stranded.
Well, here's the
Well, it's nice over here in the Indian Ocean. It's warm.
Strand me in the Dead
when
Sea.
I think of ocean, I don't think of the Pacific. I don't think of that ocean because
It's
that's
right here.
Where's
I know,
the
but that's
ocean
because
from your
y'all in
people?
LA, but the rest of the world ain't right there. Most places have a lot of like
But you here.
warm water, and that is
What
not
ocean is from Korea?
The
Huh?
Korean Ocean.
What ocean is near your home in Seoul, South Korea?
What is that? I don't know.
The Korean Ocean only accepts certain type of fish.
I don't really know what waters over there.
Like we know more about space than we know about our own ocean on our own.
I don't think we know more about space.
There's some stuff on our planet that we have no idea about.
I don't think we know more about space. I feel like we don't know much about space. I feel like they make it seem like we do because we have a whole like system in place for like with NASA, but I feel like it's a lot that we still don't know about space.
Right. Because
we know a lot about the ocean. Like we know a lot about aquatic marine life and things of that nature, and we could tell, you know, when hurricanes are coming. Like we know a lot about the ocean. It's just a lot of it that just is still undiscovered, I feel like.
But everybody always talking about how scary the unknown of the ocean is. But like, what about the known? Sharks, killer whales. There is stuff that we fully know about that's in there.
Not scary like that. You're such
One
a
of the
scary
oceans
guy.
near Korea is
Killer
called the
whales?
Yellow Sea, guys. And that's a little racist.
You said what?
Who named it the Yellow Sea, Kev?
It's the Yellow Sea is near South Korea on the west side of Korea. It's the Yellow Sea. On the right side, it's the Sea of Japan.
Damn. Where's the Black
Somebody
Sea?
white named it.
Where's the Black Sea? It's not near Africa, right?
No.
It's near Atlanta.
No, it's in the in Europe. The Black Sea's in Europe.
Imagine. This is an easy question for me. Like, the megalodon actually existed. That was swimming around. We know that. It's just dead.
How
now.
you know? You seen it?
No.
The
I've
Black
never
Okay,
seen
so
it.
you don't know
Where'd
it
you say the
existed.
Black Sea was?
It's above Turkey, below Ukraine.
Oh, that ain't
That's
black.
exactly where it is. Why do you know that?
Because I looked it up. I know it was in Europe.
It's an encyclopedia.
Did you look it up on the computer right now, or off the top of your head you knew it was
right
above
now.
Turkey? I was like, if you knew that it was above Turkey, below Ukraine, off the top of your head, you really are smart.
Right. But look, she really knew that. What if she really would have knew that, but she still didn't know the body of water in this South Korea? Like, how do you not know where you're from, though? Like, how do you not know that?
Americans are universally, probably in the world, probably the worst at geography. We only really care about America.
Selfish.
I read the best conspiracy theory it's the best and worst. Do you know there are full websites dedicated to the fact that Idaho never existed? Idaho is a conspiracy.
The state of Idaho never existed?
It was like all the facts was like, number one, have you ever met somebody from Idaho?
Yes, my brother was born there.
I had a show in Idaho. Porter Lane.
Like, number two, they say there's 1 million people there. Where they at? Number three. Number three, it's crazy. They're like Idaho potatoes, which I didn't know. Don't mean that potatoes come from Idaho. Idaho potatoes is a type of potato the same way Macintosh apples, which I was like, oh, damn, I didn't know that. I thought they came from Idaho.
What's the brand?
It's literally
I
the
didn't know
type
that.
of potato. And then the last one is the funniest. They're like, why do we believe cartographers? Every map we've ever seen was made by a person. It could be, the world could look however we want. Like, there's legitimate people who think that
I've actually thought that, like, how do you know Texas ends right here and it goes here, right there, and then it's like, how do you know? Especially the dude who made it then. Yeah. Like, was somebody, you knew when you were a kid, you were drawing a line in the sand? Was somebody doing that with their foot around New Mexico? Like, that sounds about right, huh, guys?
Hey, you think cartographers were like, they had like an ego? Like, they'd look at someone else's map and they'd be like, that's not how Maine is. That is not what Florida looks like.
Was cartographer one of the words on our episode?
No, why?
No, I was talking to Kev because I know I did cartographer on one of the episodes of Wording is Hard. Because I thought it was like, somebody that like takes pictures of shopping carts.
Oh yeah, I think it was on our episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice plug. Nice little plug.
I ain't gonna hold you. I this is bad, but I did not know Morocco was in Africa for a lot longer than I should have known.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, I don't know. I thought it was in Asia. I thought it was right like near
Morocco?
Afghanistan. I was
About
way
the
off.
people, what did you think the people looked like from Morocco?
I thought they looked like Middle Eastern.
You know why you probably thought that?
I mean, they
Because
kind
of
of
that-
do, yeah. They kinda
Didn't
do.
The Office have a Moroccan wedding?
Yeah.
And it didn't seem African.
They had a Moroccan Christmas episode, and then they had an Indian wedding episode.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm confused with. That's what I'm
I
confused
thought it was
African
Afghanistan, Pakistan, India. I thought Morocco was over there, and it is on the northwest part of Africa. And I was like, oh.
Because it's like Northern Africa is different, like Tunisia, Morocco, Tunisia, like all those. They're not what you typically think of Africa. It's more like the people look like Cleo, like they're all like Middle Eastern looking dudes over there.
Hey, if you grew a beard, Cleo, would you look Middle Eastern? You probably would, huh?
I probably would, man.
Look at Kadeem. You'll tell what Cleo looks like with the beard.
You do kind of look Middle Eastern a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
They're just really light, though. Kadeem and Cleo are just really light. Middle Eastern people tend to have Pat or Tahir's complexion.
I never even noticed that.
That's not true.
That's why Kadeem.
Cleo kind of looks like Patrick Mahomes.
I'll take that.
Who's
That's
that?
only a joke.
He's a football player for
Oh,
Kansas City Chiefs. That's why Tahir was quiet too. He don't know nothing about sports. He don't know who I was talking
I
about.
didn't know.
You don't know anything about sports, bro?
No.
Tennis.
Sports bra, he does.
Yeah, he was a middle linebacker for the St. Louis Hams.
I'm not gonna be shamed by a nigga that don't know how to change a tire. Pat thought it was one brand of jumper cables called jumper cables.
Hey, don't jump to other
stuff.
Hey, Tahir was a wide receiver.
Tahir, leave him alone, bro.
Nah, fuck that. I'm
He
not
loaded
taking
today.
a nigga who wears a
A
musty.
wide receiver. Tahir played running baby back.
He's He's not a fullback. He got a fullback.
Oh, bang!
It's happening again to here. It's happening.
I can't get my joke off until the laugh ends because otherwise it's not gonna hit anyway. So I just gotta sit there and take it sometimes.
Man.
Think you having a good time over there?
A wide
Shut up,
receiver.
Pat. You have a messy bun. And Kev, you shut up. I had nothing. You just shut up.
He said you have a messy bun. That is funny though to hear.
Oh, shit.
You have a messy bun.
Oh, shit.
I prefer Pat to wear his hair up. When he wears his hair down, I realize how long his locks really are, and he looked like that girl from The Ring, and I hate it.
Damn. I do get a little feminine when my hair's down.
Bruh, Pat's climbing in the TV of a girl he used to date.
I don't like it because I got to do stuff like this.
There's no manly way to do that, Pat. There's no manly way to do that, bro.
It's not.
And I feel like we can.
That's what he loves the most while you're lying. He absolutely loves doing it.
Or when you're hot and you're
we
like, woo. Woo.
Low key, man, does Pat have more hair than you?
I think he does. Yeah, I don't have a lot of hair, by the way.
Yeah, I think Pat has more hair than Meg.
Yeah,
I know.
man,
And then when his
definitely
hair's
interesting.
down, you see just how terrible his roots are. So I do prefer you to hide them. It's true.
Damn.
You need to get them roots taken care of, Pat.
Where we land with the deserted on a desert island versus the middle of the ocean? Where we
I'm
at?
going for the ocean because I want to swim on my back.
Wait, you're saying
There's
that's
a lot of
worse
back for
or
that.
better?
Huh?
Wait, which one will we prefer?
No, what's worse?
prefer.
What's
Oh,
worse?
I'm saying desert then. I'd rather be stranded in the ocean.
I say that the ocean is worse. I don't know, when we're flying long flights like to Hawaii or to London, you know you're only over ocean for hours. I'll be like, bro, if we crash right now,
That's
we
like
would just
being
be stuck.
over the Sahara. That's like being dropped off in the middle.
Yeah, but I feel like if the plane crashed, I just feel like I would survive longer if a plane crashed and we got out and we were in the middle of the Sahara versus being in the middle of the Atlantic
No,
Ocean.
because you get on a piece of the aircraft and then you just float.
But you don't have to float in the desert.
You can walk.
You gotta walk. If you're in the middle of the Sahara and you have no water in it, you're not gonna make it out alive, Pat.
But
You're in the middle of the ocean. You have all the water and still no water.
Well, I'm gonna last
That's 'cause
longer.
Y'all didn't go for the drink cart. That's the first thing I'm reaching for. I don't care about my belongings or nothing. I'm taking this drink cart with
You
your
gonna
boy.
die.
Hey, where are you gonna put a drink cart in the ocean to
You're
here?
gonna drag it
I'm
across
gonna
the
figure it
sea.
out. I'm gonna figure it out. Those bottles are
You gonna be in the middle of the ocean floating and drinking whiskey?
Making a martini and an old fashioned. Looking for
I
his
gotta go
fedora
and get
in his
straight.
luggage.
I'd rather be at the desert, man. I'm gonna go desert because at least I could drink the pee. If anything, maybe that'll help me survive 2 more days.
The pee?
Yeah.
You
Gotta
called
drink
your pee the pee?
Gotta drink the pee. I gotta drink the pee.
I'm just
So
gonna
you
drink
say-
the
wait, you're
pee.
saying the ocean's worse than, right, Cleo?
Yeah,
Okay.
ocean's worse.
But what would y'all escape plan be in the desert? Because the heat, you got the heat, there's sand, so you can't move fast. That's the end of my list.
Oh, it came in hot. It came in hot.
There's no shade.
Like
That's the worst,
Where
though. I ain't gonna
exactly?
hold
Like
you.
if we could say anything, like where would we be stranded at? If
Like the
plane
middle
crashed-
of the Sahara.
Middle of
Middle-
Sahara or middle of Pacific?
No, well, the Pacific's way bigger than the Sahara, so you can't say that. So I would say the middle of the Atlantic or the middle of the, I'm trying to do like size things.
Yeah, but it don't matter how big it is compared to how small we are. We're not walking our way out of this, regardless. You couldn't, just because the Sahara is smaller than the Pacific doesn't mean like I'll walk to Ghana. I don't think that's how it works, or geography. Either way,
Also, having sand in your shoes sucks.
Oh,
And the way y'all's thighs be rubbing together. In
Oh, I've been using Manscaped crop preserver, the ball deodorant. It is great.
Is that what we're
Wait,
doing
in
right now?
between your thighs?
No, this is not even an ad. I just put it because it's anti-chafing. This does not have nothing to do with the ad. I was just
It's
thinking
the
like,
ball deodorant?
yeah, ball deodorant from Manscaped.
What is ball deodorant? I shouldn't say that because I'm fully endorsing it, but
It just helps your nether region smell good and helps prevent you from
Yeah.
getting super sweaty. It's like powder, but not powder.
It's like a lotion. Just
a lotion.
anti-chafing. Yeah.
Great.
Anti-chafing and smell preserving.
So some lotion you got to put on the balls?
Lotion on your balls in those little crevices. It's better. It makes
I
the hair
always
go back
did
up.
that with cocoa butter.
You put cocoa butter on your balls?
Always.
Oh, you
Here's
did.
my thing.
You done gave
I don't-
tons of chick yeast infections. That's what that means right there.
I don't do it right before.
These heifers just walking around dropping muffins out their pants legs because of Pat.
Whoa, that's horrible.
That
That's
is
horrible
yeast
use of
infection is.
visual painting. That's
What is it? Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Jeez.
You should have said bread. That makes better sense.
well, muffin was a horrible imagery. I think that's what he was going for. But I did notice that when you're like, oh, I'm a lotion, guys, we do the arm, maybe the face, and then knees down. Like everything else is old and wrinkly. So it's like you gotta make sure that your stuff is rejuvenated. So I give it the cocoa butter slather.
No, Pat.
It makes it look young. I have a 20-year-old penis.
Pat, before he leaves the house, he's just like lotion from my face, my hands, and my balls. Doop, 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 doop,
Just go bop, bop, bop. Like cologne.
Oh, God, put it on. Pat, what
He
you
should
think?
his balls into the lotion.
The shimmy. This is
man.
easy. I would rather do anything else in the world. My worst fear is to be in the water with no land on every side. And there's waves. We didn't even talk about the waves.
And that's a good point, Pat. That the fear of the ocean can be in calm water. If it was actually a storm,
Those
like
things?
in The Perfect Storm, bro,
Ooh.
you know how freaking violent the ocean gets? Nah,
those
bro.
waves-
So what if
Go
it's a
up.
sandstorm and you don't have any shelter?
I don't know. That sucks
Oh,
too.
you know what I thought?
But
You're
you're not going to drown in that, man. You can drown in the
You lose
ocean.
your breath. You can lose.
Right.
your breath,
And you get
you'll
stuff
die.
in your eye. It ain't nothing worse than getting sand in your eye.
You could do this.
Yo, this is how scared I am of the ocean. I research more to get more scared. You know how like tsunamis are like really rare? It's because there's so much ocean, but it's rare for it to hit land. They happen in the middle of the ocean all the time. Just those giant tsunamis, they just crash on other ocean and no one ever hears about it. But it's only rare when that happens and it hits enough of shore. But there are tsunamis in the middle of the ocean all the time. Ain't no sand tsunami. What, you got sandstorm? It's just like, my eyes. That ain't that is nothing compared to a tsunami.
When I was a kid, I was swimming in the ocean, and it was a pretty rough wave. The ocean picked me up and slammed me into the ground. My legs were bent back over. I had a backache for the rest of the day. When we were in Hawaii the last time, we were walking out. I slipped. There was all these freaking rocks in the ocean. My whole thigh was all cut up. Remember that, Tahir?
Like a whole baby, okay?
They were disrespecting you.
The ocean was beating the brakes off me. Grabbed me up. Shut up. I was like, take it easy.
Oh, shit. Damn. They squirt
know.
at you with your legs?
So, Pat, the ocean is worse for you, right?
Worse than anything on earth.
Okay. And Kev said the ocean. Cleo said the ocean, and I'm gonna say the desert, but it looks like the oceans have it as
Desert?
well. Yeah, I don't want to be in a desert. I feel like you're going to exhaust more efforts trying to survive in the desert than you will the ocean.
Because you can still move while you floating, but you can't move unless you moving in a desert. You feel me?
Sea monster thinks you a seal floating there, chilling, vibing out, and they come up.
Why y'all so scared? See, I've jumped off in the middle of the ocean off a boat. I
I
don't
have
really.
too, and I will never again.
I'll do it again. I have fun.
Straight.
All right, well, we're gonna jump right into this next topic
Ugh.
right after this.
What's up, guys? I'm Tahir Moore, and let's talk about something that we could all use a little more of. Sex. And not just good sex. Great sex. Listen, guys, I'm not only a spokesman for Blue Chew, but I am a firm believer of it. So much that I have a subscription. Every month it comes to the door, and I'm not going to hold you. I love the results. Guys, listen up. Now is the chance for you to increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen closely. BlueChew.com. That's right, blue like the color blue. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. One of the best things about Blue Chew is that you could take it anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And because it's chewable, it starts working up to twice as fast as a pill. So you are ready whenever the situation arises. If you get where I'm going, arises. Another great thing about Blue Chew is that it's made in the USA and is prescribed online by licensed physicians. That means no more awkward doctor trips, okay? No more waiting in long lines, no more waiting to get seen by the doctor. Mr. Moore, they'll see you now. I don't want to have to go through all of that, okay? And it arrives to your door in a discreet package. It's cheaper than going to the pharmacy, and now you don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy. People all on your back trying to see what you picking up, walking out that little brown bag. Man, you don't have to do all of that anymore. Blue Chew, okay? Listen, guys, you can only benefit from trying out Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to increase your performance. And for all you lucky listeners out there, I got a special deal for you guys. If you hit to bluechew.com right now and use the promo code SquADD, you will get your first order completely free. That's right, the whole order will be free. All you have to do is pay $5 for shipping, guys. That's nothing. So stop what you're doing besides listening to this and type this in right now. BLUECHEW.com, promo code SQUADD, SQUADD, and you will thank me later. I promise you. Holla at your boy.
All right, next topic. Which would you rather do, skydiving or scuba diving?
This is horrible.
Wait, before we start, who all has gone skydiving here?
I almost did.
Slight flex.
No, and who else has done scuba diving here?
Wait. Can we go back to here?
No.
Why almost? Why didn't you fly?
I don't.
Why didn't you jump out that sky?
You gotta do
the
it.
hair went pie diving.
I might as well have, because they told me your fat ass is too fat ass.
Why they say so many times to hear?
Listen, and then they let me go up in the plane so I could see what it would have been like if I had actually did it. Like, this is how much fun you would have been having, fat ass, but your fat ass is too fat ass.
Meg sent me that thing. She was like, you can go, Kev, for free. You just got to be 230 pounds. I was like, girl, you know how much money it would cost me to lose that much weight?
Absolutely. Well, by the way, they hit me up. They're going to do it again in September.
They already hit me up. I'll be ready in September.
Okay.
Well, they'll be ready. They have a new iron parachute. They're like, we got you now.
That doesn't even fall faster. It's just a big jump.
That's hella true.
That's so funny to hear. I didn't even think about it. You would absolutely go way faster.
That's so stupid. Damn, that's hella true.
That just proves that I do not be thinking about the joke. If it sounds funny, I just laugh. I don't think about the doggone dynamics of iron versus cloth. It's just funny.
Okay, wait. So who has gone scuba diving in here?
I have.
Just to hear. Okay.
I had a chance to go scuba diving, and I was like, nah.
That wetsuit was like, nah. It was like,
Low key, I ain't gonna hold you. Putting on the wetsuit was uncomfortable. I was like, bro, I don't breathe good.
I know, they had
his closet. He was talking about all the stupid stuff he's bought. He had bought a wetsuit and convinced himself and Melissa that he's gonna put it on and work out in the pool. That's what he said.
What?
I bought a wetsuit because I was swimming in my pool in my old house, and the water was too cold. So I was like, I know, I want to swim in the morning before work. I'll buy a wetsuit, and that'll keep me warm. No.
Ridiculous.
Still cold. It's still cold in there.
Did you try?
Yeah, I tried. It was stupid. The wetsuit was like $120, and I was like, I'm gonna get my money's worth. I didn't. So I just kept it in my closet for like 5 years after that.
Wetsuits don't really be keeping you warm. They keep you alive. I feel like if you were just out there in that cold, you'd like get hypothermia. But every time you put on a wetsuit and get in the water, you're like, this didn't do what I thought it would.
Yeah, I feel like it might just delay the inevitable. I don't think it's gonna prevent you from dying. It might just take longer.
It keeps your body heat in, right? It doesn't actually protect you from the cold. It just prevents your body heat from leaving as fast.
Right.
You wanted it because then you wouldn't have to wear a bra, huh, Kev? You was gonna smash your titties and you
the thought of Kev
low
walking
key though,
Meg.
I know you're trying to hurt my feelings, and it's working, but also it does smooth you down. If it wasn't so hard to maneuver, I would absolutely wear it. I've looked into Mel Spanx. I'm not hiding from this.
Did you have goggles with the wetsuit too?
I had the hat, goggles. I had everything.
What?
I had the swimming.
The condom.
The little condom top. I had that.
Michael Phelps in it. Come
I
on.
had the Michael Phelps.
What were you about? What did you think think you were gonna be doing in this pool?
I thought I was going to get up and go swimming before work.
That was a bad idea in the first place. You know you didn't have that in you.
I definitely didn't, because also I was cold, and then you're just super tired when you swim more than like any other exercise. So the couple times I did it, I was just too tired to finish the whole day. So I told her I had to go. I was at all day. I said I got to leave early to pick up my kids. I was just tired. That's one good thing about having kids, man. People don't really question you when you got I got a thing with my kids. People don't even ask what the thing is. You just be like, oh, okay. Especially at all deaf, most people didn't have kids there, so they're like, I don't know what they do. Sometimes you have to take them to the doctor. I guess so. But the only problem with that is a lot of times you actually have to do a whole bunch of crap with your kids more than you used to use it as an excuse. A lot of times it just really does get in the way of you trying to do fun stuff.
Yeah.
Especially, Meg, you got a baby. Babies suck. You can't do anything. I don't have small motor functions.
Damn, Kev.
Well, chill. He can do
man, babies are trash. My kids are cool now, but they don't talk to me.
If I ever did like a Trojan or condom commercial, that would be like a good premise. Just have people with kids be like, "Don't do it." It sucks.
Bro, we are really having to homeschool our kids without the desire. People are not used to that, so they've just been home from school since March, which just led into the summer, and then like 5 weeks from now, it's gonna be time to go back to school.
Second week of August, bro. Second week of
August. Bro, it's the worst. Nothing has changed.
Here's what's worse than that. Usually over the summer, you could send them to a family member's house, right? You put them on a plane or something like that. They can't go nowhere. I just found out today my niece got COVID. She just tested positive. She went back to work and tested positive. And she's got
your niece?
My niece.
Oh, snap. And the summer camps are closed. To hear?
I know. I was going to send
no, they're not closed. I've seen a bunch of them still open, and they still make the kids wear the mask all day long. It's the worst.
I ain't taking that risk.
They're not open in LA, Meg. Maybe in Atlanta. LA, they are.
And
Atlanta's governor was like, man, shut up. Get back outside now. LA was like, nah.
They just closed the bars again yesterday.
Just last night.
Yeah.
I was in Vegas, and it was gross seeing how many people, because it was hot and it was COVID-y, so I was just in the hotel room like this.
I saw your story last night. You were judging those people so hard, Pat. You were like, look at you disgusting humans.
The whole weekend. I try not to be negative, but I let it all out. I was Judge City. I was like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, you were in Vegas. Why would you judge them? You were in the same place they had.
I was there for work. I was either doing what I had to do or in the hotel room working. And it was like, I was looking, there was people in the pool parties, no mask, in COVID.
The pool was packed in your store. It looked like a regular day in Vegas. I was like, yo, y'all really don't care.
Casinos have no windows. People were in there smoking, laughing, coughing on each other's face. That's scary enough. But to be in a soup with these people so that it could literally swim over to you, and like I would
much rather be in the pool with COVID people than to be in the casino because there's the chlorine that's in the pool that will kill the germs.
No, but that's coming from your mouth, Meg. Like we're talking about like this is air. This is an air exchange.
Right, you cough, and then if it goes in the water, it's dead. But the thing about
how many people are coughing in the water?
There's no windows.
How many people are coughing in the water?
All of them.
Get in there.
But you're outside, so at least it disperses in the air and not in the same room over and over.
Man, sometimes you're so smart, and other times just no.
You know what though? To Meg's point, the casino, like the act of gambling, like playing poker and chips and blackjack, bruh. You sneeze, you put that chip in, the dealer takes that back to the house. Somebody else, like
that's 100 people.
Nightmare. Vegas is literally probably the worst place ever because everything's close and packed. Was the buffets open, Pat, or closed?
Oh, I don't even know.
I'm sure they're probably closed. They're probably just like you have to order.
There was a lot of closed stuff, but like for the most part, people were acting like it was the exact same.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are just like Corona's not real, and I'm like, what do you
think? It timed out.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
They're just like, no, but it's like, but yes, people are dying. They're like, no, it's a hoax. I'm like, I guarantee you, people are legit.
It's been
These
months.
are the same people who said that there is no such thing as racism.
And you would be stranded in a desert than the ocean. Ah, fuck it. I didn't.
What?
Right. That's what you get.
I was saying she would rather be stranded in the desert than the ocean, so I don't understand her logic.
No, I'd rather be stranded in the ocean than the desert.
Other way.
Just get me out of this. Abort. Move on. What about having kids? Having kids isn't fun.
Yeah.
Reverse Uno. Back to kids.
We were talking skydiving versus scuba diving.
I don't even know how. I completely forgot.
For the people who've gone Meg, you went skydiving. Does it feel like how a roller coaster feels, or no?
No.
You don't.
What does it feel like?
You don't get the drop in your. So when I went, it was 1 minute of free fall, and then they pulled the chute, and then it was 6 minutes to get down to the ground, and that was at like 14,000 feet.
Yeah, it has to be like a minimum, I think, of 15,000 feet to jump.
Something like that. Yeah. So it was, and so it doesn't. You don't get the stomach drop. It just feels like you're flying. Like if you wanted to know what it feels like to fly.
There's no stomach drop.
No, it's not a stomach drop.
Always.
Part of it's also because you're going so fast in the plane. So, like, you get the stomach drop because most of the time when you're on a roller coaster, it goes to the top and then it stops there.
Yeah.
And then there's the drop. So it's that immediate, like, feel of motion. In the airplane, you're already going, like, 500 miles per hour. So you're just still going at that speed, just in a different direction. So you don't get that same sensation of a sudden drop. Or
Did
like
they tell you all that on the plane ride up?
Yeah, the one that I did with the they actually explained it in great detail on our descent. Like, because I was like, well, I ain't got nothing to do. Let me learn how to do this.
Then they're like, I'll see you on the ground.
Wait, they didn't jump in there and leave you in there, Tina, did they?
No, they jumped in there with me, and then everybody jumped out except for me and the pilot.
You just had to sit in there by yourself, and all the people had the fun.
I had my AirPods. I was listening to music.
You just gotta watch them like,
I got great footage though. I made a dope video. I made a whole dope video about it. But yeah, that's basically what happened.
The pilot was looking at him in the rearview mirror like. I'm usually on this part by myself.
I have to do that. Please.
There's a chance. There's a
Why
chance.
did you have that already locked and loaded?
There's a chance.
I thought Cleo was my friend.
No, Cleo slick dissing.
This is what you can expect from somebody that toured with Bow Wow, though. This is exactly the type of thing.
Oh wow!
Every time he got ready to rap, Bow Wow was like, "No, it's cool. I got this for it. Just hype me up."
But if you think about it, the physics of that picture work out. If they were to strap an additional parachute to your lower half, I feel like you would be okay. You just have to pull it like this.
So I learned all of this
They
stuff.
dropped to here. Remember when they dropped them Hummers in Fast and the Furious? That's the here. That's the here.
Out of an army cargo plane?
Wow!
They told Kev that he could go, but his head had to stay on the ground.
Oh shit! Oh,
You tried.
Hey, did you go tandem?
Yeah,
You have to go tandem.
You have to go tandem unless you train. I think it's like, well, the place that I went, you had to train X amount of hours, which is usually equivalent to like 5 jumps, and then you can go by yourself.
So I have a lot of questions about tandem. When do they hook you up to him before you get on the plane, and then you're just like in his lap the whole ride?
Yep, the whole ride.
Well, the plane that I went in, it was like there was a lot of us in there, so we're like all next to each other. So the tandem guy just attaches to your back because there's like a, I don't know, carabiner type of thing on the back.
Is it awkward after you hit the parachute and you got 6 minutes of just?
First of all, you feel like I don't want to die, so you don't care if it is a big man. As a man, I'm just gonna tell you, you're not gonna care that there's a man on your back. You're gonna be like, I just want to live because
no. That's why I said during the parachute, because during the fall, you're like, oh my god.
It's no, because it's so beautiful and it's so like you're still scared. Actually, the scariest part is when they pull the parachute, because if you think about it, you're dropping. They pull it and you go. It's like you stop for like the sound stops for a split second. There's no sound there because before it's just whooshing and then it's no sound and you feel like you're getting pulled back up because the air is going underneath.
Meg, be honest. Did you pee a little bit when you've jumped?
No,
I feel like a little pee would escape my body if I jumped out of a plane. Just a little,
more than that.
It's a thing too. Like you don't get a chance to like really get that feeling because they jump out. You're in front of them. You have your feet on the edge of the.
They don't ask you.
They be like 1, 2, and sometimes they go. Sometimes they'll go right before 3.
Yeah, no, they don't. You have to go because there's only a short window that you can jump out at a certain feet. And the plane that they had us on was so rickety. I was like, I'll jump off this plane because
we're doing this for fun.
Yeah,
yes.
Real.
I'm still gonna do it in September.
I did the indoor skydiving at Universal City Walk, and that was good enough for me.
That was good enough.
That was fun. I could see the ground. It was safe. I knew they could just turn the wind off.
At 7,500 feet, because they start telling you like as you get higher, they tell you how high you are. But 75,000 feet, that's halfway. 7,500 feet, it's halfway there, and you're just like, this is high enough. We shouldn't go any higher. And then once you get to like 10,000 feet, they break out the air because like the air is thinner, and sometimes it's more difficult for people to like pass out. You don't realize how close you are to passing out, so they start giving out the oxygen before you jump. It's a whole thing. It's involved.
People pay for that
to go through.
Giving out the oxygen.
They give you oxygen because the air is thinner up there, so sometimes it's easier to black out without you even realizing.
They didn't give us nothing.
Bro,
that's
people
why I was like,
pay for that.
And I paid extra to have a guy jump with me to take the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have pictures, you ain't do it. So
no,
I'd pay the extra. I'd pay the extra
for sure. That if you can't prove you did it, there's no point. You have that video still, Meg?
Yeah.
I want to see that. Send that to me.
That'd be so dumb to be like, yeah, I went skydiving. Let me tell you about it. Like,
I have a video and the pictures. Yeah.
What?
Y'all see?
I was with this. I have the terrible story about that though. So like me and my friends, it was like 5 of us. We each had a tandem person. My tandem guy was like, I swear to you, he was a drunk white dude. He had just came back from drinking the night before. I could smell the alcohol.
No.
And I was like, do y'all tandem guys smell drunk? And they were like, no. I was like, okay, because mine does. And then we get on the plane, y'all. All of us got on the plane.
You didn't say nothing?
No, I did. I was just like, it's a little weird, but we had to go through like a little 30-minute training with our tandem person. They're supposed to tell you how to put your arms out, how to like kick your legs back, all this stuff, right? My tandem guy, I don't know where he was. I had to learn from somebody else's.
He was asleep?
Probably.
Meg, your personality you have, I'm surprised you weren't like, nope.
I was like, is this normal? And then I talked to the guy. He finally came back and I was like, hey, I was trying to get the training. And he was like, oh, it's easy. He was like, you just do this and this and you're good. And I was like, everybody else had 30 minutes. Well, I got like the 5-minute.
Meg, this is your life on the line. And you're just like, oh, yeah, cool. That guy was like, oh, yeah, I've never done this, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night. And you're like, sure.
Yeah, but you'll send back a Subway sandwich with all the room.
That's what I don't understand. That's so inconsistent with your personality.
I was young and I just was adventurous. And then the guy, so we get on the plane. Everybody's hooked up to their tandem person. I'm already like, with mine. Y'all, everybody got on glasses, I noticed, except for me and my tandem guy. And I was like, hey, Bill, where my glasses at?
It's a red flag.
We were already on the plane at this point. And so I already paid my money, and I was like, I didn't get any glasses, Bill. Bill got on glasses. I was like, everybody got their glasses from their tandem person. Where mine at? He was like, oh, I forgot. Yeah, you could just take mine. And I was like,
oh.
I was like,
I forgot.
Your eyes. Don't you need to see the steeress and everything? He was like, I've jumped over 60,000 times. It's cool. I was just like, so you gonna jump with your eyes, like all that wind going in your eyes. I said, oh, I'm about to die, Lord. Thank God I'm saved because I know where I'm going.
She still did it.
I was
imagine you jumped and you heard him like, Meg, you're gonna be so mad. Oh, you about to be so mad.
And then like I'm in the air and I had like the vision for these pictures I want to take. So the other guy jumps first, who's doing the pictures and the video. He jumps. I'm trying to do my little Delta symbol, right? I wanted to do some really cute pictures. And then here go my tandem guy behind me.
Guy's horrible.
And I couldn't even get my head because there was so much air. I couldn't really get my hands. His hands was like a perfect triangle behind me. I was like,
took your sorority.
yes.
You took your symbol, man. You wouldn't let him do that on the ground. You gotta run that fade.
What did your windy attempt look like? Were you just like
it was like this? And his is all
you look
perfect.
like you're just struggling to do a push-up.
But it feels like that because there's so much air coming up.
You paid for his photo.
Which would you rather do?
Which would you rather do?
We didn't even talk about scuba diving.
Scuba diving also sounds like the worst, and I always feel like the ocean pressure is going to crack my helmet, and I'm going to run out of oxygen and die.
With that big head? Just because you don't let go be the one.
If it took the strain of getting on your head, it'll be all right.
Right.
Sorry, guys, I was frozen. What'd you say?
Scuba diving is
when the water pressure don't even affect your head because your skull's so big.
I heard you, girl.
She ran it back.
I feel like if you go scuba diving, all that stuff that you're gonna see doing it, you could just look on YouTube. You can see that stuff.
Nah, man, you could touch it, Cleo.
Skydiving, you can't experience that any other way. So I think I'm going
watch a
skydiving.
YouTube video of skydiving.
Skydiving,
But you won't feel it. That's not an experience. I feel. I'm like you can see all the stuff that you're going to see scuba diving, all the coral reefs and the random ass fish that we've never seen before. Why not?
So one for skydiving. Meg, what about you?
I'd rather go skydiving because I can always swim. I've swam before, but jumping out of a plane and flying, totally different.
Yeah, Kev?
I'd rather go skydiving. People's bucket list don't be like, one day I want to go scuba diving. It's like skydiving. So scuba diving, I feel like is very attainable. Skydiving, you got to really have the balls to do. So I say skydiving.
All right, Pat?
I wouldn't do either, to be honest. But
you have to. You got to pick one. That's not what this show is.
I said but. But the only thing is unpredictability. Every time you skydive, you go up to the same place, you jump out, you have to do the same things. If you get in the water, you have no idea what type of creatures are there. It's dark. It's unpredictable. I'm always going skydive before scuba diving.
Meg had all that energy for Patrick not wanting to pick one, but no energy when she was about to die because her instructor was drunk.
He was asleep during your instruction, and you're like, well.
I bet you he was.
He absolutely was.
Have been drinking.
It absolutely was.
And
I'm gonna pick skydiving as well. So that is unanimous vote on the skydiving. Nobody wants to go underneath the water, rightfully so. And we're gonna move on to this last and final topic. Last and final topic of the day. We have Childish Gambino versus Chance the Rapper. Who you rolling with?
Okay, let me just ask a question. Are we just talking about their rapping or their overall everything?
Let's go overall everything because they're both involved in multiple things.
If you all go overall, it becomes not really a
that's not fair.
Let's just stick to the rapping. As I thought about it, Childish can only really be competed with other multi-hyphenates as far as like Chance has done like an SNL thing, but Childish really be acting and stuff.
Yeah.
And
so let's just focus on rap so it's more fair.
Chance, he also got that show on Netflix.
Who?
But he doesn't write that. He has never directed that.
He's a judge.
Judges?
That's a judge.
You talking about the rap show?
Mm-hmm.
No, because that ain't even in the same stratosphere.
Right.
Yeah, no one brings up somebody's like judging in American Idol as like like Pharrell, The Voice.
I had already committed to it being everything, so I was just like, I got this on deck if they say so.
So
Okay,
just
so
in
rapping.
terms of the rap lyrics.
Yeah,
and
let's
the
go in terms of
and the hooks.
That's hard.
I'm going to jump in early. Chance all the way.
All the way?
All the way. And let me tell you why. Chance to me is a gospel rapper with a hint of cussing. The Coloring Book album is as close to a gospel Christian hip hop album with just a little bit of cussing. And even the drug use stuff is like, man, I used to use drugs, but I went to rehab, then I came right back. Got the city on my back. I love it.
Chance went to rehab?
Huh?
Chance went to rehab?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was
What,
addicted
acid?
to Zans. He was addicted to Zans.
I did not know.
Yeah. He raps about it in Coloring Book.
So evidently, like the each one of her. Actually, no, that was Kid Cudi. I was about to say something. Kid Cudi supposedly tried a new drug on every album he did. Like every album, he tried a new drug or a new substance. Like, but I heard that Chance was like doing a lot of stuff too. But I don't know for sure. Like all of this is like hearsay on the music blogs and all of that type of stuff. So I don't know.
You know what drugs Kid Cudi did?
I heard he was on pills and that, and then on the first album he was drinking a lot, like the day and night.
That's just rapping. That's a weird artistic crutch to have. Like this album, meth.
Always be on something.
Yeah.
Black people don't be heavy on
songs
meth like that, but that's an interesting choice.
I'm not saying I think he did.
That's a commitment to say I'm gonna do meth for this album. Like that's a whole commitment. You risking it all for that, and that album,
right? Because that is a highly addictive drug,
right? You don't even make the charts.
With the heroin about a year ago. I don't know what album Demi Lovato was working on, but for her to pull out the heroin, that is a hard H.
I thought heroin, I thought was gone. I thought that was like Ray Charles and them. Like heroin still be out here. People be on that heron, on that horse.
The word is just so wild too.
Heroin also is the tie off. That's a lot to do the drug when you can just pop a pill versus like.
No, you don't. That's not the only way to do heroin.
How else do you do it?
Pills.
I think either
heroin pills.
Actually, the number one reason that people get addicted to heroin is they get an injury and their doctor prescribes them something that's for pain, and then they take them off the prescrition, and now they're addicted, but they don't have like a way to get it because it's prescription, and the easiest way is to go into heroin. Most cases I know
to heroin.
Most cases I know of like people my age on heroin, it's because of that, not because they're just like, give me a needle, I'm going through stuff.
I thought they would like get stuck on like Percocet or Oxy or something like that.
No, but those are prescriptions, and you can't just keep getting them in perpetuity. Like there's like a data.
Oh, you're saying it's easier to then go get heroin than it is to get that drug.
Get hooked on that first stuff medically because the doctor gives it to you, and then they take you off of it. So it's kind of messed up. Imagine like you get something for pain that has a bunch of stuff mixed in it, and it works, and then all of a sudden they're like, all right, your treatment's done, boom, and now you don't have a prescription. You're just like, let me get that.
So do you think people are actually like, is it pain relief, or they're basically just high so they don't feel anything and it makes them feel like the pain is gone?
It's probably both.
Yeah, I think. I think it depends on the person and who's doing it.
I mean, it's pain relief for the moment. Yeah, like you don't feel any of those things, and so
I think it's hard to imagine. So I feel like the only thing you could do is ask somebody who's been in it or around it.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to.
House is on drugs for the pain.
Who?
House.
Who?
House? What? MD? The TV show?
The TV?
What?
I think you said something. You tried to say something else, and it came out House.
No, I said House. I meant Gregory House, MD. He did it for the pills, for his leg.
You know, it's a TV show to hear.
That was to
interrupt that discussion to offer that.
You know who else was on it? Rick Grimes from Walking Dead. I just added him
on the show only.
Why would you even say that?
I had nothing to add. I wanted to be in the conversation.
Then be quiet. Cleo's been quiet. We didn't have nothing to add.
Anything. I wanted to add something.
You added something dumb.
Have any of you guys actually been prescribed like painkillers before, like actual heavy dose of painkiller? Man,
I got Percocet before. I started listening to a lot of Futures music when I was on it.
No, you didn't. Shut up.
I took one pill for the Vicodin because of this back injury, and like, nah.
Vicodin?
I took one. I was
you
like,
said Vicodin?
What was the milligram? Was it 800?
Huh?
Was it 800 milligrams?
I have no idea. All I know is when I took it, I was out of commission. I was like, if this is how this is gonna make me feel, I cannot have this.
My wife,
were you just asleep, or were you asleep, or were you like awake but just out of it?
Awake and out of it, Pat. Like it was very hard to concentrate. Like I couldn't like form sense. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me?
You couldn't talk?
I couldn't talk. I was like, this is really bad. I called Kadeem, I called my brother. I'm like, yo, I think this thing is doing this. And he's like, yeah, that's pretty strong. You might want to leave those alone. I'm good.
Was it kind of like the Wolf of Wall Street type shit when he took the Quaalude? Did it feel like that? Like you were slurring and like you couldn't move?
I could move. I laid my ass to the bed just like there. That's all I could do, bro. That shit is.
I did Vicodin
good,
and a muscle relaxer once, and it took me out for damn near a day and a half. I was out of it for the first time I tried it.
Scary.
No, that was not that. They gave you horse tranquilizer.
Either way. I never do that combination.
Meg has been. Meg, I said you're not funny. I take it back. You've had like 4 or 5 episodes in a row. You had some solid jokes.
You've been in the gym. Jesus.
She really been working.
I'm tired of y'all talking about me.
My wife was when she had our son. She had a C-section, and she had a similar experience to Cleo, where she was like, "I'd rather just be in pain than to feel like I don't have control, because them drugs are so powerful. You feel like you're not even like." She was like, "It feels like you're like walking in a trance, but you're in the clouds, but you recognize the world." And she was like, "I'd rather just be in pain."
Melissa just felt the knife?
No, this is after. This is her recovery.
This baby don't know nothing about.
And that's another thing. It's not a knife. At least with Melissa, it wasn't a knife. It was almost like a mini blowtorch. Like it burnt the skin. It was the worst.
They didn't have this.
No, Meg. They let me look, and they were like, and she was like, and then it just was like, and then they just like
a lifesaver.
To here, they put like no, for real, to here. That's what it was like. Then they put like a clamp.
Oh yeah, and they
both sides. They just held it up. They took a bucket of water one time and just like poured it in. I was like, "Yo, what the heck is happening right now?"
They staple her afterwards, or
no? They did like it was like glue sutures. It wasn't like stitches. It was like the glue thing.
I think they got it.
And I watched them tie her tubes that time too. They showed me like, "Oh yeah, you guys said tube side, pull it up, put basically a bread tie around it." I was like,
"No, they twist it."
They twist the tube. They get the tube. They do it like this, right? And then they take another thing, and they're basically like that. I always thought they like cut it, but they don't. They
just to be sure. I'm sorry. I know I don't be knowing stuff. Are we talking about fallopian tubes? Yeah. Okay.
The way you said that made it way funny.
I just
fallopian.
Y'all be getting on me for not knowing stuff, but I still want to know.
No, it was definitely fallopian tubes. And all that happened in one day. It was a lot, man. I was just like, this.
I believe
what's crazy is that they
put the sheet up.
They typically
they said you can look over. They had a sheet up, but they were like, I was standing there.
Why would you do that, Kev?
I wanted to see the inside.
What? They cut them open with fire?
Yeah.
Lightsaber. Not fire.
It was like a freaking mini blowtorch. A lightsaber, really. You know, in Star Wars, when the lightsaber cut and then the guts came out on that old one, it was like that. It was crazy, bro.
I'm the only one in here that didn't know that they use a lightsaber to open.
No, they don't always do that. Sometimes they still use a knife.
Oh yeah. I thought they were doing a knife. They did it.
Did you pay extra for that or something?
I don't know. I didn't look at the line items.
The fire treatment. You want a fire knife? You want an ice knife?
I didn't look at the line items.
You want to win?
Low key though, they do charge you for a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I thought they was giving me bottles and blankets and hats. I thought it was just like complicated.
All of that, man. They
diapers too, right?
They charge you for every meal, all the juice. And it looks like, here's a pack of, little washcloths. You can take that. Bruh, somebody went behind and was like, all right, we gave him 6 washcloths. Write that down. That was 4.
That's what I'm saying. Presentation is everything. They should be offering it like avocado, or guacamole. Like, you want this, it's extra. If you want this, it's extra. But it seems like every story I've heard, they include it like it's free and then just hit you with the deceitful bill.
Yes. And then your freaking baby ain't even drinking all the milk, and you can't even, it spoils off fast. So you've got to pay for the whole bottle, even if you only drank like 5 little centimeters of it or millimeters.
But did you care about that before you thought you were being charged, or was
I was like,
drink all the milk?
Fine, baby.
Milk.
The first kid versus the second kid, I used to make full bottles. Then they would drink a little bit, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay. I didn't know how much you wanted." As the second kid, you get this much. If you're hungry, I'm gonna make you another one with this much.
You're right.
I'm gonna give you the whole full bottle, so you can decide you just gonna drink it. And then you get to learn your kid. They drink a little bit, like he kind of sleepy, but he just need a little. He need a little nightcap. So he's giving like this much little cereal, and he ain't even gonna finish that. He'll be done.
That's literally strategy. That's like
the more kids you have, the less you care about them.
I've noticed that. I have like my friends, the first versus the second, and how I'm all like, no, we can't do that with math. He has to learn his colors. My friend, she just had her second child is actually now the same age as Mav, and she was like, girl, ask me if I care if she ever gets potty trained. I'm not doing none of that.
Damn.
What?
Ever?
My youngest son, we could not potty train him.
Grade with a diaper. I don't really care because she's gonna change her own diapers eventually.
Yo, JoJo was not trying to get potty trained. We went to the doctor like, yo, we cannot potty train him. She was like, some kids do not want to be potty trained until they feel like it. When he's ready, you will know. And I was like, all right, man, like whatever. Literally like 6 weeks later, he was like, I'll go potty now, and was potty trained in like 2 days. Yeah. But before that, we had been wrestling with him, fighting with him, and he was just like, no, I will pee on myself.
Joe has been an old man his whole life.
Oh, his whole life, bro.
How you decide to just do stuff? Like,
bro, you would be surprised how much of your kid's personality is developed at a very young age.
They're real people already.
Where he get that from? Because you
it's like his core program. When he was like, Isaiah was a super chill baby, and he's a super chill kid. JoJo would not be bribed. He was like very stubborn as a baby, and he's very stubborn as a kid.
Who you are. You're always who you are.
Who in your family does that come from?
No one. That's what's crazy about it. Josiah is like nobody in my family, nobody in Melissa's family. He reached back some generations of people we did not know. And
so your angry great
some angry like person, maybe a sharecropper, one generation removed from slavery, who's just pissed off. And Joe was like, I'm going to take my personality from him. He was born in 1908, and he's been pissed off ever since.
That's the personality of a Bartholomew. Like, he don't listen to nobody.
Got that Frederick Douglass attitude.
That's why it was so hard for him to be like an actor, a child actor, because there was no bribe. He doesn't take bribes. You could be like, oh, a puppy. He's like, no, I'm not. Remember one day he was like, I'm not talking on set. And he had all these lines. Yeah, he was like, I'm not talking today. So he ended up, I got to find a video for you guys. He had a tricycle. They was like, what do we put you on a tricycle? And then when you're supposed to say your lines, you just ring the bell. He was like, okay. And that's all the whole sketch was. And I was like, bro, y'all not finna be doing this. You don't have to be actor. You can be a regular kid. You don't have to do none of this stuff.
That's wild.
Right.
Yeah, man. It was tough. That's why I was like,
I know adults that act like that, though.
Yeah. That's the thing about acting that Cleo can tell you. He was a child star. Like, they are little adults. They are oftentimes more freaking regimented and professional than even adult actors by and large. Like a kid actor who can be who's like a main character.
Yeah.
They are little adults, bro. Yeah. They are not like kids in the sense of like a kid who's playing outside. They are like small adults. They're not playing the game.
Cleo, do you remember how you were on set as a kid though? Like, were you like diva-y? Like, where's my stuff?
Not at all, bro. For me, I was the opposite, bro. You gotta understand. I come from my pops being in the military. He wasn't hearing that shit. Right. That was never gonna be an option. It was yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. My pops come from the military, so I'm walking on set with that same type of dynamic, right? I'll never forget the very first commercial I did. It was a McDonald's commercial, and it was the Little Mermaid toys that were getting re-released or something like that. And we shot it in Denver, Colorado, and I had a white kid as a co-star. And he told his mom, I want snacks now. And I got my mom sitting right next to me on the set, and I looked at my mom, and my mom looked down at me like, and I didn't have, no other word had to be said.
She never even said it. It was what's said, what's understood don't gotta be said.
Bro, he didn't say nothing else.
Your mom looked at you like, nigga, I wish you would.
Yeah, that's what that means. The power of the mother.
She looked at him and sucked her teeth. She was like,
I would have never thought that a child could talk to a mother like that.
Yo,
we got back to the hotel afterwards, and she she really just explained to me what that dynamic was. But it blew my mind. Like that's really how a lot of kids are, man. They are given so much power so early.
Cleo is not lying, bro. When I was on set from Little Rascals, and mind you, we came from regular life into Hollywood onto a movie set, so we're not used to any of this. All them other kids had been. This wasn't even their first thing. Bro, them kids told their parents whatever. And Melissa did what Cleo's mom did to him. Let me tell you what. You were not one of these little kids.
Wait, tell the banana story.
The banana? Oh, JoJo?
I tell that story every time child actors come up.
So, we were on set at Awesomeness one time, and he was in his moods where he didn't want to act. And a PA, he was like, "I'm hungry," and they were like, "What do you want?" He was like, "A banana," and they're like, "Oh, we don't have bananas. I'll go to the store and get you a banana." I was like, ain't nobody going to get him nothing. If there's no bananas on set, then he gonna eat an apple or he gonna be hungry. Another time, somebody was like, "What would you like, a puppy?" And he was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Okay, we'll go to PetSmart right now." I was like, "Are y'all out of your mind
To buy a puppy?
to purchase a dog on a Saturday
For
so
him?
he could shoot a YouTube?" Yes, for him to shoot a YouTube video. I was like, "Do y'all know? Then we are now just owners of a puppy. We're not finna do this. I'll pull him out of acting forever before y'all ever just buy him a doggone puppy so he can act." But that what Cleo said though, because the parents be wanting the lifestyle.
Yup.
And they be the ones fighting for the bigger trailers, fighting for Crafty, fighting over this. It's so that because the parents be the ones sitting in the trailer the whole time, the kids to be in school. So it messes with the dynamic of parent-kid relationship. And that's why I was like, bro, you not finna no.
You can't even blame the kid at all.
No.
It's like, if you look at a lot of these child stars that went off to be like completely messed up, they usually have some type of story of their parents like blocking off all their money. Wasn't there like something that happened to either Gary Coleman or some child actor during that time where they named the law after that because
the Coogan. I don't know the kid's first name, but the Coogan account is named because his parents robbed him.
Yeah, that's what that and the banana story pretty much told me everything I needed to know about it being all the parents.
Yeah, it's definitely the parents. Absolutely.
That's
the
wild.
parents.
That's crazy.
Man,
So Chance or Childish Gambino?
Oh my God. I don't even know how we even got to that.
This show is just not about what it's about.
I'm always worried that we won't have nothing to talk about. I'm like, there's no way we can continue to veer off subject. We can veer off subject better than we can talk about the subject.
It don't take much at all, bro.
We used to do good. I don't know.
Did.
I think it's Zoom. I think because when we weren't doing Zoom, we were good in studio.
Oh, because we had to do 4 episodes.
It's
That's
been an
why.
hour and 38 minutes already.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, we hella over. All right, who's the better artist?
Gambino quiet. Gambino's been quiet ever since the run of the Redbone record. He's been mad. quiet.
After that doggone Star Wars movie, it's been cricket.
No, he had that song with Beyonce
like a month and a half ago. He released the album.
He was
He
on
did?
it forever.
Did he?
Childish Gambino released an album a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
What was it called?
I can't remember.
Oh, there's a whole crime family.
3/15/20. There's one. It came out in March. 3/15/20.
I didn't hear about this at all.
Yeah.
Literally, I've never heard about this.
It was a secret release, and it was a secret for like 2 weeks, and then he put it out on everything, I think.
No, you know why? Because it came out in March, right when COVID was shutting everything down, so nobody was talking about anything but COVID.
Yeah, but what's a secret release? That probably has something to do with it too.
Like I think like it was only available like through his website or something, or you like had to have a link or something for it. It wasn't on all the streaming platforms yet.
Well, that backfired. You drop
This
a
album is
release.
mostly numbered. All the song titles are numbers.
Yeah.
There's 12 songs on it.
No, it's not. They're not numbers. It's algorithm, time, 0. Oh, the rest are numbers. He named 2 things with words, and then the rest are a variation of numbers. All right. Well, that's not.
I didn't even know about this
So, yeah,
literally
I
until this
music,
moment.
man.
I didn't hear anybody ever. I've never seen an Instagram graphic tweeted. Literally nothing about this until this moment.
They were
And it
kind of
is-
building up to it because he has that partnership with was it with Puma or Adidas? It was with one of them, and they were kind of building up to that around that whole campaign.
Well, now I low-key want to listen to the album because if
I
you
gotta
notice-
hear it now because
They're
I
not
missed
just-
that completely.
Well, what's crazy is that if you look at the track list, it's not just random numbers. It's the timestamps. So number 4, it's called 12.38, and that's 12 minutes and 38 into the album. Then that song is 6 minutes, and the next song is called 19.10. So if you pay attention to the time lengths, every track name is just where you are in the album time wise.
Oh wow, that is cool. True. I'm not good at math, so I would have never got that.
That's why number 1 is called 0.00.
But number 2 is not called 259; it's called algorithm.
And then it's time, and then it's 12.38. And at that point, he probably forgot. He probably didn't want to name any more names, so he was just like, how long the album?
That's the album you just owe the record label. Like, man, who cares about the name? Just turn it in. Shut up.
He definitely caught a big check off of This Is America, and it just had a rerun. I'm sure it charted crazy, so he definitely caught a check from that. The thing about Donald Glover, Childish Gambino's build-up was we had Redbone Take Off, right? It was a theme of Get Out. I'm pretty sure it was a theme of Get Out, right?
Redbone?
Yeah. Like that song was on that song was on the soundtrack, right?
I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
I think so.
Okay, so you had that running. Get that little movie with Rihanna. Y'all remember that?
Guava Guava or something? Gullah Gullah Island?
It's like something island.
Something Island.
Guava Island. I said Gullah Gullah Island.
Did y'all see it?
Nah. Amazon Prime, it's mostly for deliveries.
I have Amazon. You get it for free if you have the Prime, though.
I know, which really says a lot, and I'm still like,
And there's some good stuff on Amazon Prime, kid.
It really is.
I watched some things. I watched The Boys on there, which was good. Yeah.
Is that the superhero?
Bosch.
Yeah. Bosch is good, yeah.
No one saw Jack Ryan? Jim?
I
like Jack Ryan.
I couldn't.
Both seasons of Jack Ryan. I liked it.
And then isn't the Janelle Monáe thing on Prime?
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. What do we got?
I'm going Childish Gambino.
Gambino.
Even though I'm a big Chance the Rapper fan, I have to go with Childish Gambino.
Okay. I'm going Chance.
I'm going Chance too.
Tough. Low key, if we're just talking about music, I don't think I like any song. I love Chance, but This Is America, between the song and the music video, I feel like that's just gets in my head. So
perfectly packaged.
That's a good point. That's an iconic song. A lot of artists don't get an iconic song like that.
And I thought it was just the music video, but if you hear it by itself, I'm like, oh, this song is actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like Gambino takes the W on that one, man. This has been another episode of SquADcast Versus. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank the squad for showing us. Special thanks to Mr. Cleo Thomas, a.k.a. Mr. Slick Living. I don't know what he was just doing on that dance move right there. But yeah, man, thank you guys for watching. Continue to send your suggestions to my inbox on Instagram, and we will see you next week.
Peace. All right, y'all.
Yeah.